Hey folks, so I wanted to drop in today to talk about Armenian wines. And I've done some of these videos before where I've discussed wines from lesser known regions and countries around the world, because I think wine regions like Napa and Bordeaux and Burgundy just get so much attention out there, but there are some really wonderful countries and regions that are growing some varietals that are super unique and very affordable. And so with that being said, let's dive in. So I've talked about wines from Hungary, I've talked about wines from Georgia and a lot of other wine regions from around the world, but I've never talked about Armenian wines. And the reason why I'm discussing it today is because the Armenian importing company that's based here in the US, Storica Wines, had sent me some of their Armenian wines, and I'm going to be cracking into this at the end of the video, but I was just really fascinated to learn all about this country and the rich history that it has in winemaking. So just to give you a really brief overview, and yes, I did have to Google all of this, but to give you a brief overview, Armenia has claimed to be the home of the world's oldest vineyard, dating back 6,100 years ago. And in addition to that, there's all of these ancient texts that call Armenia the land of the vineyards from the 8th century. And so it's this country with so much history in winemaking. But what's really interesting is that I think it was 1920, Armenia was invaded by the Soviet Red Army. And so they halted all wine production throughout the country. And they didn't actually pick back up on wine production until the early 1990s when the Soviet Union collapsed. And so winemaking in Armenia really took this 70-year hiatus, and producers and winemakers and regions across the country are really now just starting to ramp back up their production. So it's kind of this colliding of rich history plus this new winemaking scene in the country. And I'm just really curious to see how, more production of Armenian wines and more selling of Armenian wines across the globe, and just kind of see where what this country is capable of when it comes to winemaking. So I'm really excited to dive into this wine. As far as the growing regions in Armenia, there's about 400 indigenous grape varietals that are coming out of Armenia, and the regions are known for having volcanic soils, which, if you've listened to my videos, I'm a nerd about any wines with volcanic soils. I think they're so unique, and they have just the most fascinating characteristics, and they're ashy and minerally, and I love volcanic soils, so I won't dive into that too much. But they're known for having volcanic soils, really high elevation, and some vineyards also reach about 6,000 feet in elevation, which is insane considering, so many of our other wine regions around the world don't even get close to that elevation. And then they're also known for having really old vines, because the vines in Armenia were not impacted at all by the pest phylloxera way back in the day. And so they have vines that are hundreds of years old. And so just really cool stuff coming out of that region. And yes, I keep looking at my computer because, like I said, I had to Google everything for this video. But anyways, I wanted to celebrate a country that's really rich in history in winemaking. And I got this from, like I said, from Storica Wines. They're the Armenian importer here in the US. And this is from the producer Kush. It is a sparkling made in the traditional method. And if I look here on the back, it talks about it says the grape varieties used in the winemaking process here are indigenous to Armenia. And we have 40% of Katoni. I'm pronouncing that wrong, but let's go with Katoni. 40% Katoni and 60% Vosakata. Nope, not pronouncing it, but you can see it right there. Okay, so let's crack into this. And obviously I've never had these grape varietals because I've never had any wine out of Armenia. But, okay, let's get this open. Nothing like sparkling at 2 o'clock on a Thursday. It has been one of those days. Okay. Love the nose. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm definitely getting some characteristics of volcanic soil. It's a little ashy, kind of has some dusty notes, but it's getting all of those wonderful traditional method flavors and aromas in it, like butter, yeast, biscuit. Yeah, this is awesome. So anyways, that is a very quick rundown on Armenian wines, and I got a rosé sent from Storica as well, so I'll be cracking into that shortly, and we'll be posting probably another video just because I want to dive into the specific regions of Armenia and do a deeper dive into this really fascinating country when it comes to winemaking. So with that being said, since it is 2 o'clock on a Thursday, I'm gonna use my brand new Corvin. This is their sparkling one that will preserve sparkling wine for a couple weeks. So really cool to try this out, and the witchcraft behind it, I don't know, but I just basically have to put this lid on. Let's see. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Okay, that's on. Okay, that's it for today.